The name Zeus comes from the Proto-Indo-European root word deus, meaning god. D evolved into Z in Greek, but was specifically used for Zeus' name. Both gods and mortals referred to Zeus as Pater Zeus, Father Zeus, or Zeus Pater, Zeus Father. The Romans called him Jupiter, Jove, Latin for Zeus, and Peter, which evolved from the Greek pater, meaning father, thus father of the gods. Zeus was the youngest child of Kronos, the Titan king of Mount Othrys, and his sister wife Rhea. All of Zeus' elder siblings had been earlier devoured by Kronos, who was terrified of one of his children, who were gods, a more powerful race of immortals than the Titans, ultimately overpowering him as predicted by his father Oranos Uranus before Kronos cut him into pieces. Hence, determined to retain his place as king, Kronos consecutively swallowed Hestia, Demeter, Hera, Hades and Poseidon as soon as they were born. As a result, Kronos became known as King Cannibal. Rhea pleaded with Kronos to spare their children, but with no success, since even Kronos' great love for Rhea was not enough to overpower his selfish and evil nature. A distraught Rhea soon heard the voice of G.A.M, advising her to give birth to her final child, who would save his other siblings, on the island of Crete. Claiming that Koios, her clairvoyant brother, had advised her to do so, Rhea successfully departed for Crete without any question from Kronos. On Crete, in a cave at the base of Mount Ida, Rhea gave birth to her sixth and final child. His name would be Zeus. Rhea gave her newborn son to the 9 nymphs that attended his birth, including Hano, and returned to Mount Orthys. She used a huge smooth boulder the same size and shape as a newborn, given to her by G.A.M, to deceive Kronos, by wrapping it up in swaddling clothes, and pretending that it was her final child. Kronos swallowed it without even looking, which gave him an intense stomachache, and was successfully deceived. Throughout his childhood, Zeus was raised by Rhea, who visited him often, the 9 nymphs, the loud Coeurites, and the goat Amalthea. Rhea would often tell Zeus about his brothers and sisters, all of whom he was destined to rescue from his father's stomach. When Zeus grew to adulthood, he successfully transformed into a titanic version of himself, and, with help from his mother, infiltrated Mount Othrys by convincing Kronos to hire him as his royal cupbearer. With the help of his great singing and dancing skills, as well as his knowledge of many outrageously hilarious satyr jokes, Zeus was able to constantly entertain all of the Titans at Mount Othrys, even Kronos himself. Shortly thereafter, Zeus encouraged all of the male Titans to participate in drinking contests. As the Titan king of Mount Othrys, Kronos would always win, since he could not let his siblings or nephews overcome him in anything. Finally, the Titan king began trusting Zeus completely, which is exactly what the latter was waiting for. One evening, when Kronos was dining together with his titanic brothers and nephews, Zeus prepared a special set of drinks for them all. The god prepared nectar mixed with sleeping potion for Kronos' guests to knock them out, while he prepared an extremely powerful emetic, made from nectar mixed with mustard, for Kronos himself, which would make him vomit everything that he had once eaten out. As before, Zeus entertained them all with his excellent singing, wild Coeurites dance moves, and outrageously hilarious satyr jokes. Near the end of the Titanic banquet, Zeus encouraged all of the Titans to have yet another drinking contest, and handed out the prepared goblets. As before, Kronos won the contest, but Zeus' emetic was so powerful, that it forced him to instantly disgorge all of the contents of his stomach, in reverse order of swallowing. First the boulder, then Poseidon, followed by Hades, Hera, Demeter, and Hestia. All of them had been growing undigested in Kronos' stomach, being immortal gods. The other Titans were also knocked out and unable to retaliate. Zeus quickly introduced himself to his elder siblings, and they all promptly escaped Mount Othrys, before their titanic father, uncles and cousins came to their senses. In Zeus' cave, at the base of Mount Ida, all 6 of them happily reunited with their mother, Rhea, who tearfully embraced all of her rescued children. Shortly thereafter, the gods accepted Zeus as their leader, and reached a unanimous consensus on declaring war against their father. However, since the Titans were well armed, and the gods still had no weapons, Zeus decided to release his elder Cyclops and Hecatoncare uncles from Tartarus first so that they could craft weapons for them. Zeus' eldest brother, Hades, was very skilled in navigating under the earth, and was able to lead them all into Tartarus, through a network of underworld tunnels. There, imprisoned in the maximum security zone, surrounded by huge bronze walls, and a lava moat, guarded fierce demons, were the elder Cyclops and Hecatoncare. Their guardian, Camp was the most ferocious and fearsome monster in all of Tartarus, and even Zeus, Poseidon, and Hades initially shuddered with horror when they saw the infernal monster for the first time. However, the gods overcame their fear and were able to sneak in. Zeus managed to talk to the Cyclops Brontes and convinced him to forge powerful weapons for him and his siblings behind Camp's back. The three elder Cyclops forged three incredibly powerful weapons: the Master Bolt for Zeus, the Trident for Poseidon, and the Helm of Darkness for Hades. With these weapons, Zeus killed Camp, and Poseidon shattered the chains of the elder Cyclops and Hera, releasing them. Afterwards, Hades safely guided his siblings and uncles back out of Tartarus. In return for their release, all 6 of Zeus' uncles agreed to fight on his side in the upcoming war with the Titans. Shortly after their return from Tartarus, Zeus and his siblings officially declared war on Kronos and the other Titans, which resulted in the terrifying 11-year-long Titan War. The Titans initially had the upper hand, because they were much more experienced warriors. However, as the years of the war passed, the gods quickly became skilled warriors as well, and with the help of their new extremely powerful weapons, such as Zeus' Master Bolt, Poseidon's Trident and Hades' Helm of Darkness, as well as the aid of the elder Cyclops and Hera, whose immense strength became extremely useful as the war progressed, the gods finally prevailed. While preparing for the final battle of the war, Zeus and his siblings ascended to Mount Olympus, the tallest mountain in Greece after Mount Othrys. During the final battle, Zeus used his Master Bolt to shear off the top of Mount Othrys and hurl Kronos from his black throne, defeating the Titan King. Shortly thereafter, the gods invaded the ruins of Mount Othrys, and finally overwhelmed the remaining Titans Atlas, Hyperion, Iapetus, Krios, and Koios. In the aftermath of the battle, the elder Cyclops chained up all of the defeated Titans, while the Hera forced them to kneel before Zeus, Poseidon and Hades. Zeus took his father's scythe and sliced Kronos into 1,000 pieces. While the remaining Titan lords hung their heads down in shame, Atlas laughed and mocked Zeus, saying the sky would fall if the Titans of the north, south, east and west were to be cast down to Tartarus. However, Zeus had already thought of that and punished Atlas by making him hold up the weight of the sky while the other Titans involved in the war were banished down to Tartarus. Afterwards, Zeus offered the Hera to return to Tartarus, this time as the jailers of the Titans, to which they readily agreed. Write in the comments the story of which god you want to hear in the next video. If you liked this video and want to see more, please support me with like and subscribe.